What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. Millions in EIDL funding and approvals continue. Happy Friday the 13th to you, 2022 in the month of May. Please do me a huge favor, give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL with your comments flowing yes. Don't forget to join us over at trysmallbiz.com. That's trysmallbiz.com, where you can advertise your company for free. Or for just $1 a day, you can join 132 people that have hired moi to promote them all over social media, list in 10 categories, and be featured on a homepage that's starting to attract tens of thousands of visitors every single month. That's trysmallbiz.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you aware of the fact that we just booked our 15th winner on Twitter in the amount of 556% gains since March the 1st? How many money managers do you know on this planet? Hell, anyone on this planet made 550, I can't even speak, it's so much fucking money. 556% in the last 2 months. This is, in case you haven't heard, this is the second worst year in the history of the stock market. The only year worse than 2022 is 1932. And if you're following me at TrySmallBiz on Twitter, you have made more than 5 times your money if you're following me in and you're following me out. I'll talk more on that in a second. I want to start off by saying, folks, millions of approval. I'm going to read you a letter that has to do with if your bank information was screwed up, or if you got in after the Friday, May the 6th deadline, there's still hope. All you got to do is read some of the tweets that I've shared on Twitter, or go through the last 3 videos on YouTube. There are people that are getting funded. On Monday, we had a guy get $2 million. He'd been waiting in the queue for almost 9 months. I'm going to read an email from someone who reached out to me in April at Try Small Biz through the chat. She said, or he said, she said, who the hell knows what they said? I know the name of the company, but I won't share it. But they had a problem with their bank information. I explained exactly what they'll do. I'll read it out loud. Then, on May the 11th, which was after the Friday, May 6th so-called deadline, they heard from a loan officer and they just got approved. So, folks, I'm telling you right now, regardless of what the clueless SBA customer service reps, I'm fired up today, folks. 556%. Oh my goodness, what am I buying next? You might want to stick around for that. But the most important thing is there's people that are getting funded. There's people that are stuck in the queue for a year that are finally getting a phone call or an email back from a loan officer after the deadline. Now, as I said yesterday on Twitter, there is a meeting that's supposed to take place on Monday or Tuesday between Big Ben Cardin, Chris Van Hollen, and Miss Guzman, who's getting over the C word. But I need everybody, as I said last night, to please take 5 minutes. Go to Senate.gov, look up Cardin and Van Hollen. You call them up, you leave a voicemail. We don't put names and phone numbers in the comments. My God, every single day somebody accuses me of ripping them off. Let me say for the 10 millionth time, never call, email, or text someone in the comments, even if they've got this and this. It's not me. It's a scam. I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Telegram. I'm not on any of these dating sites. I've got people sending me photos. Hey, did you know that you're on so-and-so? No, I'm not on any dating sites. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn at Try Small Biz. And by the way, if you're a premium member, you're going to want to follow me there to know when I am promoting you. And of course, right here on YouTube. That's the only place that I am. And double check to make sure that it's me. You never, ever send money or personal information like tax returns to anyone. You don't even send them to me. If you want to talk to me, you go to Try Small Biz, you scroll to the bottom of the page, you fill out the Contact Us form, and yes, it is me that will get back to you within 24 hours. So again, I need to hear from everybody in the comments. Who's gotten money this week or approved? And I know there's a lot of you. I'm going to read this email before I let you go. But you need to pipe up in the comments. There's 2 groups of people that we need to hear from. Those that have gotten approved or signed closing docs or got funded since the Friday so-called deadline of May the 6th. And I also need to hear from those of you that are still stuck and waiting. But as I've said several times today and yesterday, don't freak the F out. I personally believe, based on what we're hearing, they're going to extend the deadline, probably 30 days, maybe longer. But I can tell you right now, through transfer authority, as I said in yesterday's video, the SBA is still approving loans and funding people. So don't believe anyone that tells you otherwise. And by the way, if you have a senator or a congressman or woman says, oh, the deadline is passed, I don't think so. Mr. Ben Cardin and Chris Von Hollen gave the SBA transfer authority, so the show is going on. So could you please send me the privacy release form and get on the phone with the SBA so that I can get my loans funded? All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me in the comments where you stand, and I want to hear from all those people that have gotten funded or signed closing docs in the last few days. All right, this particular person emailed me on April the 6th. You can't believe what I'm about to tell you. This applies to about a third of all the people that have been struggling to get their money in the last, I want to say, 9 months. Hey, Jason, how are you? I found you on YouTube. I own, fill in the blank, a retail shop in California. Thank you for your passion and your dedication to our tribe. Quick question. I was approved for one of my businesses, but my bank account info was incorrect, right? How many of you know someone, or perhaps you went through it yourself, you wrote down the wrong routing number or bank number, and it's like a 6-month affair. He goes on, or she goes on to say, I was told to send a voided check from the SBA with my ID, but I've seen on Reddit, and this is true, that it's a day and a nightmare to get this changed. Any suggestions on how to tackle this major concern? Thank you kindly in advance. I wrote back the next day, call the toll-free number 833 and ask for a Tier 2 supervisor. While the policy has changed several times, it will take a few weeks to rectify. The good news is it is possible to get your money after a bank change, but you need to verify whatever the current policy is. So the long story short is they've changed the rules. It used to be 3 weeks, then it turned into 3 months. Then they said send the money here, then they said to send the money there. So the moral of the story, if you have a bank info problem, you do need to send a copy of a voided check, PDF, front and back, and then you call a supervisor. And yes, it also helps to have the 5 secrets, right? A senator that's involved with a privacy release form, a small business advocate in their office, a SCORE.org counselor, a local SBA rep, and call the supervisor. It took me, I want to say, 15 times to get a supervisor on the phone 9 months ago. I made it through 3 reconsiderations. This woman was an angel from above. She walked me through everything that I needed. So I'm telling you right now, if you've got a bank info problem, it's a voided PDF check front and back, and you keep calling until you get a supervisor. I've been calling now for 6 months. I had a minor error on a bank account information, and I'm due X amount of dollars. I need to speak to a supervisor. And I will say 1 out of every 6 or 7 calls, you'll find someone who's empathetic, and they'll say, hold on a second. You tell the supervisor your problem, and you're going to get funded. I've helped dozens of people get through this. But this is the one that blows me away. Stick with me, folks. Stick with me. They wrote back to me, same person, May the 11th. The deadline was supposed to be Friday, May 6th, right? Well, this was an email that I got on May 11th. Hey, Jason, just joined as a premium member. I'm looking forward to growing and learning with you. I appreciate that very much. Hopefully you're all going to sign up and hire me for $1 a day. I not only know how to make 556% in 2 months in the worst market in 80 years, but I know how to grow your business for $1 a day. And by the way, just hit the red upgrade to premium button once you log into your account if you signed up for free. This person goes on to say, I wanted to get your help with a question with EIDL, which is how I found you. The state that I file in before the infamous declaration that the SBA funds were exhausted, which was a day early, believe it or not, and that's when Cardin and Van Hollen slapped Miss Guzman's wrist. Boy, we're all over the map today. We're a little fired up, and no, to all you people that think I'm on Coke or Adderall. Never touched either one, believe it or not. Well, booze, that's a whole different story. Tonight probably going to be a little too excessive because I'm happy for you guys. The show is going on. The state that I'm in, I'm repeating this. Yeah, believe it or not, people do accuse me of doing drugs because I got so much passion for helping grow your business and make some moolah in the stock market. I already went through the first round of approval, like a lot of you did, and the deal was submitted for me to get an increase up to $500,000. They got 150, which was the old cap. So he had, or she had, another 350,000 coming. I reached out to my senator, district office, elected officials, etc., but nothing has helped. Would you have any other recommendations that could still give me some hope? Thank you, Jason. I, of course, wrote back and said, there are still loans for all you Debbie Downers out there. There are still loans that are being funded. I've counted over 6 million this week. As per my last video, when Ben Cardin and others demanded that the SBA keep going under the transfer authority that they have to move piles of money from A to B. Just keep following the 5 secrets to idle funding, which I've said a million times, and proceed as if the deadline hasn't even lapsed. That's my final point, ladies and gentlemen. There is a strong possibility, and don't forget to call Cardin and Van Hollen. There is a very strong possibility that there's going to be a meeting early next week. And don't forget the RRF vote is on Tuesday. I'm hearing there's 60 to 65 votes, so it should pass. But we need everybody to take 5 minutes. Don't leave more than a 30-second voicemail and just tell them, I've been stuck in the queue for 9 months. My name is so-and-so. You don't need to tell your state, because if they think you're out of state, they may not move as quickly. But vent for 20 seconds and leave your phone number. They won't call you back, but leave it anyway. So the moral of the story is proceed as if the deadline is being extended. What does that mean? Privacy release form, small business advocate, score.org counselor, local SBA. You can get that on Google. Enter your state district office -- small business administration, and keep calling the SBA until you get a supervisor on the phone or someone who's got 5+ years of experience. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please always remember that we love you. Let's get to 1,000 premium members at trysmallbiz.com.